Hello everyone, my name is Bygl and welcome back to another episode here from the Metacraft SMP. I hope you are having a wonderful day as always, and welcome more specifically to one of the most beautiful bases I have ever had the pleasure of visiting. Look at this place. Richie has been doing absolutely God's work over here. Anyway, we don't have time for dilly-dallying. If you want to see how all of this was built, of course you can check out his channel. We're here to very quickly check on our good friend Speedy and to see if he has sold anything. No, he hasn't. Well, that's fine. All in all, that is to be expected. So I'm just gonna very quickly clean this up as if Speedy was never here in the first place. And we're gonna move on to someone else's base and we're gonna try to sell them something. And here we are, successfully relocated to a new position on the map, specifically Kelly's Island. If you look at it from a distance, I mean, I don't think I need to say anything. This place is gorgeous. So beautiful, so bright and green, built on a mushroom island like this, completely converted. Man, so cool, so freaking awesome. I think I showed this off actually once before in a video previously. Again, if you want to see the details, you know who to visit. It's Kelly Plays, I think. No, it's Kelly Builds. Wait, let me check. Okay, it's Kelly Builds. I was correct the second time. And this is what we brought over. We have some birch, some dark oak, calcite, lots of copper, and a little bit of tuff to sweeten the deal. All for 20 diamonds. You have to buy the whole thing though. Remember, it's the whole thing. And before we begin today's main project, for which I'm very excited by the way, there are just a few small side things that I want to take care of very quickly. As you can see, there is a quest here that I set up very recently. We'll check this one out in a second. But this one, if you look at it, I requested a bunch of name tags. So this is what I wrote in the book. I'm in need of a large quantity of name tags for cleaning purposes. I will pay 4 diamonds per name tag. However, these name tags have to be pre-renamed. I'm looking for mostly cute-ish pet names. Being creative is very welcome. Smiley face. And before I explain what the name tags are for, we're also gonna check out this quest, which is the Moonshine Tunes that I set up quite a while back. But over time, it did actually properly fill up with all of the unique music discs, which is absolutely awesome. We're only missing a single one, which is the new Deep Dark one. I think it's called 5, right? It's got like the blue thingy in the middle. You know which one I mean. It's the new one, 5. I at least think that's what it's called. And yeah, it was 4 diamonds per music disc, so we gave away all of those diamonds, and we got a bunch of music discs like this for return. And we're gonna put all of them into this jukebox, and people can use them whenever they like. Both of these quests successfully complete. So if you remember a few episodes back, enbentzs left a nice little friendly package of dogs over at our doorstep. All of these renamed with horrible, horrible names, accusing me of something that I did actually do it, but it wasn't on purpose. I didn't mean to do the carnage on purpose. But over time I actually kind of grew accustomed to having all of these dogs around, and you know, I figured instead of moving them or even perhaps killing them, wouldn't it be way easier if I just took some name tags with some cute pet names and renamed them like this. Look at that, isn't that way more pleasant to look at rather than that huge essay of accusatory sentences? And we have Coco over here, and we have a bunch of cute pet names for all of the other dogs as well. Well, probably not all of them, because there are a lot of dogs in here, but we're at least gonna get a good chunk of them renamed. Most of these were renamed by Hilda in her chat when she was streaming, so thank you Hilda for all of these name tags. So far we have Coco and Mr. Worldwide, then we have Lily, Wolfgang, Mittens, Kirby, Lady Boxworthy, Horahoo, Chieftain of the Barklands, Giggles, Malacutie, there's the chieftain as well, and Samuel Rodriguez. And only now I'm realizing how many dogs there actually are that need to be renamed. Oh boy, I'm gonna need way more name tags. We're gonna take it one step at a time. Slowly we're gonna integrate these dogs back into our base with cute names, and it's gonna be pleasant for everyone. Speaking of mischief and pranks happening in our base, look at this thing. The mischievous nymph was here. Aha! Now I figured out that this was Kelly. I didn't know who did this at the time, and I didn't even realize what they did until like a day later. I was playing for like a whole day, then I, logged off, logged on, and then I realized what they actually did. So to anyone who doesn't speak the language, this probably looks instantly freaking weird, right? Like, we have weird Slavic words all over the chest. I didn't realize this because this is my native language, and Kelly renamed all of these signs into Slovak, which is the language that I speak, my native language. And some of these words don't really match up with the Slovak language either, which makes them incredibly funny if you speak the language. Like these two, for example, you pronounce this nepriateľské kvapky. Just so you know, if you wanted to do that, rafinované kamene. Oh, look at that. It's probably not a very nice language to listen to, but that's how we say it. But some of these, like this one, these are all just gibberish, and it actually makes them really humorous. But you can, like, if you know the language, you see why they got renamed a certain way. This one's really good. And you know what? I think I'm actually gonna keep this, at least for a little while. It is kinda nice seeing these words instead of all of the English all the time. It's a nice change of pace. Variety is the spice of life, after all. Anyway, yeah, I did do more things in the base. Like, for example, these 3 double chest thingies weren't here before. I just wanted to store andesite, diorite, and granite separately in larger storage, and we're probably gonna build a few of these today just so we have more storage in our base. And also, this thing isn't probably very noticeable, but look at this wall. This whole wall is now properly terraformed the way I wanted to have it for a long time. So you can see some andesite patches in there, some dirt and moss on the top, a bunch of walls to kind of simulate having stalactites hanging from the ceiling. And yeah, it's a very subtle change compared to that rough stone wall that we had before, but it does look quite a bit better, doesn't it? So before we move on to the main thing of today's episode, I'm just gonna expand our storage a little bit. I want a bunch of these double chests for more materials like sand and gravel, just that kind of stuff that you usually store a lot of. And just 15 minutes later, we have a brand new section to our storage room, which can store a few more things. I'm gonna let you guys think for yourself on how to pronounce these. I put this one into Google Translate. This one's pretty funny. Yeah, and I decided to keep the Slovak words for them as well. And this one, even though it's definitely not how you're supposed to translate it, do I even have some? Yeah, I do have a little bit. This is apparently netherrack. But if you translate this, then this basically means bottom stand, if you do it word for word. And also, this is a new word. I didn't even know that you say basalt in my language that way. I don't know if that's true, because I did just put it into Google Translate, and it might be incorrect. And look at this, AlphaMike just came onto the server, and we have a new mod where you can basically showcase whether you're online and available, or if you don't want to be disturbed, or if you're recording, like that right half of the tab there is about to make history. What's happening? Oh, he's about to eat cake. Yeah, we have a new tab list as well. Oh, I do have the tab open, friend. I do have it open. We changed the death count to cake slices eaten. So yeah, AlphaMike just got a brand new world record. Or server record, I should say. So yeah, this is the new status mod that we agreed to have on the server. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to say anything about this. You're not gonna notice it in the videos anyway. I just wanted to showcase it because I found that it's really, really cool. Anyway, my friends, it is finally time to show you what I've been working on. This is something that I'm very excited for. My existence on the server is justified just because of this project, and today we're gonna get properly into it finally. Welcome, my friends, to a brand new section of our base, which is going to be specifically just for potion brewing and for providing potions to all of the Metacrafters on the server. A few episodes back we already did set up 2 of these. We had a night vision one over here, I replaced it with speed now. And we also had this one. This one is gonna be for healing. And I set up a bunch of these machines as well. These are all properly set up, by the way. All of the redstone for this room is now completely done. These are all EVO's indie brewers. In case you didn't know, that's the design if you want to look it up. We have strength, we have leaping, down here we have night vision and regeneration, in this spot we have weakness and harming, and these last two are slow falling and poison. And we are basically ready to begin this whole ordeal, to let these machines let us make a billion gazillion potions. The only problem now is the water bottles, for which we need, bottles, for which we need a good smelter, which we're gonna do in a future episode. Today we're just gonna focus on actually setting up this room. We're gonna finish it, polish it, but it's gonna be nice and detailed, and we're also gonna make sure that all of these machines are prepared for the bottles. And in case you didn't know, what you gotta do to set up these machines is actually kind of complicated, and I always struggle with it, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do this. They always mess up somehow, but once you get them brewing, they basically never break. They have a bunch of redstone that prevents them from making potions where they're not supposed to. But yeah, what's the deal with this one? Why are you not brewing? You should be brewing. I have no idea why you are not. That's the thing when you use someone else's design and not your own, right? You always have to figure out what's actually happening with the machine. You don't know what is happening instantly. And I'm noticing what's happening. We're missing the glass bottles, as usual. Just for demonstration purposes, I stole a few glass bottles from the other modules. We're gonna need so many of these. You need basically 15 stacks of these glass bottles in every single one of these minimum for them to even work. Anyway, let's put this into the barrel, and now it should start brewing, and I think it should be fixed at this point, so it should let the netherwort in first, and then the next thing that should go in is the gas tier, and after that it should get a little bit of redstone in that order. That way we're gonna get a regeneration with increased duration. Okay, I actually managed to set this one up with relative ease compared to the other ones, but yeah, there is a whole long process in setting up each individual one. But once it's done, and this one is producing proper potions of regeneration now with increased duration. There's a bunch of false brews that weren't supposed to happen. I'm probably just gonna put these into these separate barrels, and I might give these away, or I might use them all myself. And here you can see how many incorrect brews of speed potions I managed to do. So many single duration potions of swiftness. It took me an hour and a half to even get the machine working. Oh, that was a huge headache. But it's done now. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna nicely decorate this building. We're gonna prepare it. So as far as decoration ideas go for this place, we're doing a simple wide laboratory, nothing too out of the ordinary. We do have some splashes of color with the individual potion stands with the separate colors that I picked out for all of them that match the potion colors. In the middle, I kind of want to have a bunch of tables and experiments happening, kind of to liven up the place. And this upstairs area on the left, we do have more potion makers, but on the right, we're gonna need to farm rabbit foods, right? So we're probably gonna get a bunch of rabbits into this area somehow. We're gonna make a nice pen for them, and then there's gonna be a door in this area which can lead outside. We could make a new entrance into our base, but I kind of wanted to connect back with the rest of the base in this spot somehow as well. So I'll see if I can figure out how to do that. But until then, let's get to work. It is my greatest pleasure to inform you that our brand new potion project is now ready to go. All of the machines are set up, everything is nice and running and decorated. Now we just actually need the ingredients and the glass bottles, and we are good to sell all of the potions that we are ready to prepare. So let me give you a little bit of a tour of what I did here. The layout of the room is obviously the same, and I went for the stand that I said, kind of more of a sleek, clean design compared to the rest of the base. But remember, we're trying to do separate styles in every single room, so eventually we had to do something a little bit cleaner like this, but I still try to make it a little bit messy in a way, because like in the middle there's kind of like a office setting thingy. So there's like some desks and tables, there's like a little computer over here that breaks when you step on the keyboard like that, so yeah, don't do that. A few potted plants dotted around. We do have some shelves on the higher parts over there as well. Don't ask me how they access them, because I have no idea. They're just kind of there. And once you put something on them, it's there permanently. There's some kind of a chicken research thing happening here. I kind of wanted to like liven up the place as well with a splash of color, so I added a bunch of these paintings on trapdoors around as well, and I think that turned out pretty good. I think it works. Trying to do some armor stand stuff as well, so I put a glass bottle on trapdoor like that. It's kind of random, but I mean, sure, right? Sure. This back area at the end of the room is for the potions that didn't get brewed properly, so 3-minute swiftness potions instead of 8-minute swiftness potions. That's a tongue twister. Swiftness potion, swiftness potion, swiftness potion. Okay, there we go. Now I can do it. Yeah, these are like the weaker swiftness potions that we don't want to sell. We're probably going to be using these myself or just giving them away. This is also going to be the exit to the outside world sometime eventually, once we decide to do something with the outside of this place. But right now we're kind of worried about the inside. That's the more important thing to us right now. And also I kind of have like this staircase thing here. This is supposed to represent kind of like when you have those bigger libraries, you can kind of borrow like a big ladder or a big staircase that's kind of like on wheels. You can move it around. This is what this is kind of supposed to resemble. I don't think I did a good job, but I mean, at least I have a way to get up here, because I do actually need to get up here every once in a while. I need to refill the bottles or the netherboard, and this is how I can achieve and do that. There's also another door in here if we want to use that ever in the future. All of the actual potion making machines, I did prepare them all. All we need to do now is stock them up and we're all good. And then this upstairs area looks pretty much like this. And if you're wondering what these stone slabs in the ceiling are, these are supposed to represent kind of like air ducts or air vents, kind of poking out of the ceiling. I don't know if it's if it's obvious enough. It might kind of look like misplaced blocks to some of you, but I think I'm gonna keep it for now. Maybe it's gonna grow me a bunch of shelved items up here as well. And this is how you can get to these tops of the potion making machines as well if you need to. Another door to another room in this spot, and over here, this is where we're gonna be putting all of our bunnies for the leaping potions. I didn't need to break the torch. I don't know how I managed to do that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It's not perfect. It's not really a build style that I usually build in, but it's nice to get practice in some different build styles as well. And there's these like 2 big empty walls that I left. I'm kind of thinking that maybe in the future, if we have some more farms around and we need to like transfer items around the base, maybe there could be like a pipeline leading from there to there or something like that. Or maybe even, if you remember, we do have that boat idea that we want to get into every single one of these rooms via boat, and we want to be able to traverse the whole base via boat. So maybe the boat area in this room could go over there right about right now. That could be pretty cool. And I did do a few more things other than just the single room. I did put a pathway on the bridge, the main crossroad bridge that we do have over here. I also don't want to have the torches on it like this, so I thought maybe like floating candles like this could look pretty cool. I don't know if I like them. We're probably gonna get rid of them. But if you guys do have any ideas on how to light up this thing, please do let me know, because I'm kinda on a loss. I even prepared a few tunnels for some future areas. So there's a tunnel in this spot which can lead into a room or something. You can also connect it up to this bridge via here. And there's also a staircase. Also prepared this little thing. We're gonna build something here in the future. Maybe soon, maybe later. This is how you can get to the potion lab again if you want. And this is also where the outside world is. Touching grass, very cool. So I mastered all of the glass bottles that I could Oh, and I do have some places that I still need to light up more properly, so apologies for the zombie sounds. But yeah, I'm gonna grab all of these potions that I managed to make from all the glass bottles. We do have regeneration. I also bought all of these croaker boxes from AlphaMike using his cool shop, so we do have those as a means of storage. If you want some potions, you can just come here, grab them, and you're good to go. And finally, after all this time, we can set up our potion selling enterprise, if you will. I'm gonna be selling all of these, of course. I'm thinking 1 diamond each could be good. It's like I can produce a lot of these really easily. And I kind of want the whole Metacraft server to like start using these potions and, you know, enjoy all of the benefits without having to spend a large amount of money. So 1 diamond per potion, I think that sounds fair. Oh, I'm so excited. Finally. I wanted to do this for such a long time. Ever since like Lunar SMP, I wanted to sell potions on a server. And alas, here we are. Regeneration, 1 diamond each. Night vision, 1 diamond each. Speed, 1 diamond each. And of course, way more to come once we actually do all of the infrastructure that we actually need. And we will be sharing profits from these potions with AlphaMike, as he has been getting us some diamonds by selling these golden carrots, and I have been profiting off of his hard work, so now he will be able to profit off of mine. Oh, that's actually quite a few diamonds here. Oh, and I just broke this barrel here. I wanted to rename it. I didn't even check what's inside. There's a billion gazillion music discs here. Who put this here? What the heck? Well, there's this secret barrel in this spot, I guess. Jeez, that's so many music discs. Okay, I'm very happy with the progress we made today, and we do still have a little bit of time left in the episode. So, how about we do something very stupid, huh? We haven't done something like that in a while. This hill that you can see, probably that thing over there gives it away. This is our base. Not very spectacular, is it? We'll move on to the outside eventually, I do promise you that. But I do want to build something that involves me, Talmiior, enbentz, and MiniWheats as well. Sadly not Kali. Kali cannot be connected via the thing I want to do. But I really want to build a road that connects up my base with all of the other guys' bases that are around here as well. Talmiior is probably the closest person to us, as well as enbentz, and MiniWheats is a little bit further away. And I'm not going to detail the road, of course. It's going to be a simple pathway block like this, because I don't really need another 100-hour project that's basically never going to get used, right? So we're just going to do a simple, nice design like this, and we'll try to keep it as simple as possible. I might do like a few signs, so people that are flying around and they want to know where they are, maybe I'll, have a sign that says 1000 blocks this way, enbentz's base or something, right? Maybe some kind of stuff like that. Hello, Bygl. You have not been tamed by someone at this point, have you? Oh, you have? Oh, well, interesting. I wanted to tame you, but I guess that's fine as well, because you will let me ride on your back. This is our brand new horse, guys, I just decided. Mostly because I don't see any other horses around, so I guess we'll just settle for this one. And we're gonna name you Rosie. That's our brand new horse, our brand new friend. Not the fastest one, let's see the jump. Oh, that's a good jumper. This is 4 blocks here. Oh, whoops. Oh, what the heck, I'm hitting my head on the leaves. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can do 4 blocks, a little bit over 4 blocks, I feel like, is what the final thing is. And yeah, we're gonna go around the road here that we built. It's especially good if you're not from here, if you live somewhere else and you want to know how to get around. Seeing this road at least shows you that you are nearby where you're supposed to go, right? So this is where it ends off around our base. All in all, MiniWheats, Talmiior, nor enbentz don't need to actually connect up to this road. This is kind of just a thing that I did. If they wanna connect up their base to road, then they are free to do so. But I kind of just left off a dead end over at that spot. I also made a few of these splash potions of swiftness. Oops, didn't mean to do that. There we go. And now we're way faster. Very good. That's the benefit of having potions, guys. Buy potions over at Moonshine's Tavern. It's worth it, I promise ya. But yeah, I'm gonna show you the whole road. You can see that I kind of decided to try to be as close to the cliff as possible so you can see the scenery as you walk around. And we also have a few of these signs around the road. These will hopefully point you in the direction where you want to go. Like if you want to go to my base, you will know to go this way. If you want to go to MiniWheats base, you will know to go this way. So this is how the road goes. You can see enbentz's manually placed snow for his whole brag base over in this spot. That is his base right there. And then there's kind of like this bit of a hiking trip. It's not the most simple terrain to traverse, and it was kind of weird building this path on this spot. But man, this horse, if you give it speed, it's actually pretty good. And it's not even speed 2, it's speed 1. There's another sign over at this spot. It goes around this whole village, and it's yeah, MiniWheats is actually quite a bit away. It's not that close of a neighbor to us, and this is why I'm also doing this on a horse, because I don't want us to get stuck while traversing. And yeah, here we go. I'm gonna have to punch out at least some of these for this to be accessible via horse. Okay, that's fine. You can kind of barely just squeeze through some of these parts. Okay, so far so good. MiniWheats lives at the end of this forest. We're almost there, and yeah, I assume this would be a area that would pose some problems. And just a little bit further down, almost there. Okay, one last bad spot, and here we are over at MiniWheats base. And I also left this little sign in case he was confused as to what this was. But yeah, I love building roads like this. It shrinks the world quite a bit. Once you build a road, and basically everything seems to be a little bit closer together than it was before. Even though it's the same distance away, having something that connects them like this usually is a pretty good thing, I believe. So if you have a world where you have some builds that are further apart from each other, I definitely recommend doing a road like this. And maybe even horse travel might become a little bit more popular on the server. Especially walking around with Speedy. Speedy's gonna have such a fun time walking around the server now that a road like this exists. But also, what we need to figure out is a name for this road. And I'm gonna let you guys be a deciding factor on this. I do have some ideas of my own. I was thinking something cool like Pilgrim's Passage or something like that. Or maybe we could name the road like the Highland Highway, because there's lots of mountains and cliffs around. Highland Highway is probably my favorite one so far, but if you guys do have any suggestions, please let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, that is going to be it from me for today's episode. How do you even use leads? I have no idea. I never use these things, so I did it in the wrong order. Whatever. That is it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.